Imagine you're in a coffee shop and the barista gets your order wrong. Instead of your beloved double-shot caramel macchiato, you get a plain black coffee. Your first instinct might be to complain or demand a fix, but wait. What would a Stoic do? Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So instead of getting upset, you take a deep breath and accept the coffee with a smile. You take a sip and realize, hey, it's not that bad. You just became the change you wanted to see. A person who adapts with grace and patience. You've turned a minor inconvenience into a moment of personal growth. Now let's take this mindset to the next level. Imagine you're at work and your boss just handed you a project with an impossible deadline. The office vibe is tense and everyone's grumbling, but you, channeling your inner Marcus Aurelius, decide to approach it differently. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, he said. Instead of stressing out, you calmly break the project into manageable parts and motivate your team with a positive attitude. You outline a plan, delegate tasks effectively, and encourage open communication. Miraculously, you meet the deadline, and your boss is impressed. Your colleagues? Inspired. All because you decided to be the change. But being the change isn't just about handling crises with a Zen-like calm. It's about everyday actions, too. Let's talk about your daily commute. If you're like most people, you probably spend it grumbling about traffic, slow walkers, or packed trains. But Seneca, another Stoic sage, would remind us, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So instead of fuming, you use that time to listen to an educational podcast or practice mindfulness. You tune into a Stoic podcast, maybe even Stoic Sphere, and let the wisdom wash over you. Suddenly, your commute transforms from a dreaded chore to a productive part of your day. And what about those relationships that seem more challenging than rewarding? Maybe you have a friend who always cancels plans last minute. It's frustrating, right? But rather than stewing in annoyance, you remember that Stoics focus on what they can control. You communicate your feelings honestly and find new ways to enjoy your time, whether they show up or not. Perhaps you start bringing a book to your meetups or plan solo adventures that enrich your life regardless of their attendance. You've just turned a negative into a positive by being the change. Of course, it's not all about serious stuff. Stoicism can be funny too. Picture this. You're trying to adopt a minimalist lifestyle, inspired by the Stoics' emphasis on simplicity. But your attempts to declutter are thwarted by a mountain of novelty mugs you've collected over the years. Each mug tells a story. There's the one from your trip to Paris, the one shaped like a cat, and the one with a motivational quote. Instead of feeling defeated, you laugh at the absurdity. You decide to keep your top 3 favorites and donate the rest. You've embraced the Stoic principle of finding humor in life's little challenges. Speaking of humor, let's take a moment to appreciate the lighter side of being the change. Remember that time you decided to start a morning workout routine? You set your alarm for 6 a.m., laid out your gym clothes, and even went to bed early. But when the alarm went off, you snoozed it so many times that you ended up running late for work. Instead of beating yourself up, you laugh it off and try again the next day. The Stoics believed in persistence and resilience. You're not failing. You're learning and growing. Each attempt makes you a bit stronger, a bit more disciplined. Let's not forget about the power of small acts of kindness. Being the change doesn't always mean grand gestures. It can be as simple as holding the door open for someone, offering a genuine compliment, or helping a colleague with a tough task. These small actions ripple outwards, creating a more positive environment. You never know how a small act of kindness can impact someone's day, or even their life. One of the most profound ways to be the change is through gratitude. The Stoics were big on gratitude. Marcus Aurelius started each day by reflecting on what he was grateful for. You can do the same. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, take a moment each day to appreciate what's right. Maybe it's the sunny weather, a delicious meal, or a friendly conversation. Gratitude shifts your mindset from lack to abundance, from frustration to contentment. So, the next time you're faced with a situation that makes you want to pull your hair out, think like a Stoic. Remember that you have the power to change your perspective, your reactions, and ultimately your world. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Each small change you make in yourself contributes to a better, more harmonious world. And if this resonated with you, Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more Stoic wisdom and inspiration on Stoic Sphere. Let's be the change together, one video at a time. Stay strong, stay stoic, and remember, you've got this.